Next on All Access.
Like, I gotta go up there.
I know. And ring the bell.
I'm a little nervous.
It's you and Tom Brady.
Snaps to Bailey. The kick is down. Blocked by Schooler. The ball is loose at the 45. It's picked up by New England.
What's the mood of this football team right now?
Yeah, look, I think, we got good belief, right? And I think, the biggest thing is we got to focus on us.
Best feeling in the world. This is what football is about. Winning the Super Bowl. Nobody believes in us.
To be able to win back-to-back championships is something that hasn't been done in over 20 years.
It's not all, exotic pass rush moves.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just, good
Strength.
basic power, strength, leverage, and pad level.
For the second straight week, the Patriots have the ball with a chance to tie or win the game and fall short. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by Geico. I'm Steve Burton. Another slow start, more turnovers. Yet in spite of all that, the game was there for the taking. Instead, New England drops to an 0-2 start for the first time since 2001. To avoid a third straight loss will be a challenge as the Patriots head to Jersey and a 1 o'clock matchup with the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets. We'll preview this key divisional matchup, but before we do, let's look back at the sights and sounds from the Dolphins game.
Jason Sanders, the most accurate field goal kicker in Miami history. Ferguson snaps to Bailey. The kick is down. Blocked by Schooler. The ball is loose at the 45. It's picked up by New England. Duggar recovers. He's got to be the best looking player in the league, please. He's got to be the best looking player.
This is great.
This is unbelievable. I gotta go up there.
I know. And ring the bell.
I'm a little nervous.
It's you and Tom Brady.
I see you ready to go. You ready to do whatever it takes to get this win. Look, bro, it's Sunday night. The only show in town. The main event. If that don't get your blood going, then this ain't for you. This ain't for you. We got one job, and that's dominate.
Jones extends, hands it to Stevenson, and he's swarmed under in the backfield. He's dropped for a loss. Second down and 12. A blitz coming, and Jones is sacked. 3 Dolphins get to the quarterback.
Hey, pressure starts when we cross the 50.
A give to Mostert. Runs it left, runs it to the pylon. A hop into the end zone, and a touchdown for Miami.
No, we have to do. It's simple. Right? That's what it is. That's what it is. All they're doing is warning us off. That's it. Hey, let's go. Hey, we good. Come on. Let's go.
The kick is down. Blocked by Schooler. The ball is loose at the 45. It's picked up by New England. Hey, good job on the scoop, dog. Good job being a boss. Kind of perfect. Throw down the middle. That's caught by Henry. A strike to Hunter. Middle of the defense at the Dolphin 42. Jones takes the snap. Fakes it to Stevenson. Mack on the rollout run. Big shake. Throws to the end zone. Caught. Henry. Touchdown. Patriots.
Holy crap, Mac Jones. Hoodie.
From the 2 right hash mark. Snap and a handoff. Stevenson ducks the shoulders. Runs up the middle. On his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Ferguson snaps it back. Bailey, pulled. Sanders Rodgers kick driven left of the uprights. He missed it, and the Patriots will take over. To identify the protections. Now he takes the snap. He backpedals. He's pressured him. He's hit. He throws it to the near side. Fingertip catch by Gesicki. Reaching out. Laterals it back. Caught by Strange. He's wrapped up. He drives two tacklers across the 30 to the 29, seemingly with a first down.
After review, the runner was down short of the line of game at the 29.5-yard line. Therefore, we have a turnover on down. It'll be Miami's ball, 1st and 10.
The Patriots now with their first 0-2 start since 2001.
Well, we are here in our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. Good to see you guys. So let me ask you this. After week 1, there was some optimism about this team, even though they lost.
Yeah.
Now, have they taken a step forward or have they taken a step back after week 2?
Yeah, it's interesting to look at it because there were a lot of similarities the way the games ended, Mike. They had a chance to get back in the game with the ball in opponent territory, but I felt a lot better after the week 1 game. I thought they played for the balance of week 1 against Philly. I thought they played better than the Eagles did. I really never felt that was the case in last Sunday's game against Miami. I thought the Dolphins really controlled things. The Patriots' toughness allowed them to stay, within reach on the scoreboard, but I didn't think they played very well.
I think it's a step back because what they talked about after the opener to sort of improve on, don't start slowly and don't turn the ball over. They did it again, Steve. So to take a step forward, you have to correct the things you talked about after the first game that maybe cost you a chance to win that game, a winnable game the first game. So to me, it's a step back.
Yeah, they did it again, and still in this game, they had a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Time's winding down. My question is, do they have the horses to win the game?
Yeah, I think that's a fair question to ask, too, because that's when you need a guy to just go out and make a play. And I don't know if they have necessarily that guy that translates. Hunter Henry's been really good, Mike, but when you're in a desperate situation, it's hard to expect a chunk play from a tight end. Kendrick Bourne has shown some flashes. A guy that I'd like to see more of, Mike, is Demario Douglas. I think that there was a little electricity there, and I was a little disappointed that he was punished as severely as it seemed to be. Sure. That he has that unfortunate fumble in the first quarter, and we don't see anything more on offense.
Yeah, that's the Bill Belichick staple over 24 years as coach. A young player loses the ball, he generally sits him, right, to teach him a big picture lesson, and you almost say to yourself, well, that might have worked in the past, but with this team, can you afford to do that? Which, to me, I'm still undecided on that until I see the offensive line come together. Because I look at it like the fourth down play, the last play. Bradley Chubb's running right through the middle of the line. And to me, it's not as much about the weapons, and it might ultimately be, until I can see that they can protect up front to give the weapons a chance to make plays.
I want to ask you guys about Mac Jones. Before the season started, there's some questions about this guy. And there still may be some questions about this guy. But has his stock gone up? In my opinion, it has. Okay? The way he's played, the way he's carried himself, the way he cares, all that plays in.
I think that's an interesting way that you put it. The way he carries himself, I would say his stock has gone way up. We haven't seen the histrionics to the sideline. We haven't seen the disappointment written all over his face with the coaching and things that, this isn't my fault. You haven't seen any of that. So I think maybe maturing is the right word. I think he's done a good job of that. How I feel about his play is probably about the same.
Okay.
I didn't think Mac Jones was, quote unquote, the problem last year. And I certainly don't think he's been the problem this year. I would clip everything Mike said about the offensive line in the last question and put it to this one. This, to me, it all starts and ends with the protection up front. Until that changes, Mac Jones will not be able to maximize his potential.
When we walked into the locker room after the game, Mac was still in his uniform, sitting at his locker with a white towel over his head, just sort of bent over, just processing it. It showed me how much he cared. I've seen a lot of good things from him. The two things that I think he needs to sort of check the boxes on: avoid the killer mistake that costs the team, and lead the team back in the fourth quarter when the opportunity presents itself.
All right, guys, that's good stuff, but don't go far because we got you coming up a little later on in the show. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up on All Access,
we chat with Captain David Andrews.
I think it's just consistency, tightening up some details, and then let the rest take care of itself.
And later, we want to spotlight your tailgate.
A lot of my friends golf. I don't golf. I'd actually just rather wait for September and tailgate.
Food tastes better in the parking lot! You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots. And by Ace Ticket, where New England fans go for tickets to all their favorite events. Visit aceticket.com. And by AdCare. Be recovery strong. Speak up and reach out. Ask for help. Call AdCare at 800-ALCOHOL.
Come hang out with me for the Social Media Minute. I'm Tamara Brown. The internet was all over Brendan Schooler's blocked field goal. Here are some of the accounts that highlighted the textbook play.
You see him standing all the way out there. What's he eyeballing? Well, he's looking at...
Wait, they got a piece of it.
Now let's go off the field to Patriots in the community. Kicking things off with the special teams captain himself, Matthew Slater. The Slater Family Foundation supported families ahead of the school year by providing school supplies for kids. Staying in the education field, the New England Patriots Foundation adopted Chander Elementary School, marking just the beginning of a relationship with the school to expand access to education opportunities and improve learning experiences for students. Wrapping up with Cole Strange, who launched his own foundation to support military veterans, especially focusing on those who have been injured in combat or battling mental challenges. For more, go to patriots.com/community. That's all for this week's Social Media Minute. I'm Tamara Brown.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by Geico. Can New England jumpstart their season in New Jersey against the Jets? Dan Roach looks for answers.
After dropping a 24-17 decision to the Dolphins, the Patriots are 0-2 for the first time in over 20 years. They're bent, but not broken.
I have a lot of faith in our roster. I have a lot of faith in our coaching staff. I have a lot of faith in our resolve. And I have a lot of faith in our process.
We know if we do the job that we're supposed to, then we'll come out with a win. So I wouldn't say that, like, this week is any different.
I know, we're just hungry, man. We're just hungry for a W. We put in so much hard work these past 2 weeks, and that we're close it's kind of getting annoying.
There's a lot of outside negative noise swirling around this team just 2 weeks in, but this group isn't listening.
It's another opportunity and a divisional opponent, a good opponent on the road. So, I mean, it'll be us kind of against everybody going in there. So I think that it'll be a big challenge for us.
Obviously, there's a greater urgency, but that needs to happen every week, and that's the challenge, is just trying to do it every week. And like I said, just play the play for what it is, do your job, line up, assignment for me, what's my read, who am I supposed to throw the ball to, and keep it simple.
As for the 1-1 Jets, they've lost quarterback Aaron Rodgers for the season, but they still own a ferocious defense.
They have a lot of talented players who play a lot of football in this league, and they present challenges, physical, mental, all that stuff.
And finally, last week we witnessed a football lesson with rookie Pop Douglas. After fumbling on the Pats' second possession, Douglas didn't play on offense the rest of the night. His teammates have his back.
I lost the game for our team, in a 2-minute drive situation. That was my rookie year, third game of the year, and really woke me up to kind of this level and humbled me a lot. Pop's a great player, and we need him. He's going to learn from this. He's going to learn a lot from it. I enjoy going out there and competing with him. He's done a lot of great things for us, and I know he will continue to.
The Patriots have beaten the Jets 14 straight times, but Juwan Bentley addressed that this week, saying those 14 games don't help us right now. And he added, we're focused simply on this one, come Sunday. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, well, joining me now is Patriots captain David Andrews. And let me ask you, what's the mood of this football team right now?
Yeah, look, I think, we got good belief, right? And I think, the biggest thing is we got to focus on us. And I think that's a lot of the things, we put together some good drives. We just haven't finished them and, had some key mistakes there. So, I think we're looking internally and let's fix what we need to fix. Obviously, we got a big challenge coming up this week, really good defense. And, but I think for a lot of us right now, let's fix us and move forward.
Looking at it from the outside, it looks like you're close. Yeah. Are you close?
I think so. Like I said, I think we're moving the ball. We're just not finishing drives or we're getting, across the 50 and kind of, break down here or there. So, I think it's just consistency, tightening up some details, and then let the rest take care of itself.
Are you getting that O-line, guys on that O-line healthier?
Yeah, I think so. I think, it's part of it. We deal with it every year, right? And unfortunately, it's just at the start of the season for us right now. And they're back out there getting reps, moving forward. And we just got to try to get better each week, each day, each hour, each minute.
Meadowlands, you're going into a hornet's nest. Yeah. It's going to be loud. You have to deal with that silent count.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of dealing with a silent count? And you guys are on the same page?
Yeah, look, you just said it right there. You took the words out of my mouth. Everyone's got to be on the same page. Good timing with it, good communication. Really, I think that's the biggest thing is everybody communicating. It's going to be harder to communicate with the noise, so you got to block your rules, understand the things. So it's always a challenge, but it's part of it, part of playing in the league.
You're on the good end of this side, but I'm going to ask you to be on the opposite end. If you lost to a team 14 times in a row, which is what you guys have done to the Jets, they got to be playing with a chip on their shoulder, don't you think?
I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder no matter what, right? And they're coming off a loss, divisional game. Yeah. I mean, it's a huge game for both teams in the division rivalry. So, it's everything you could want. Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good to see you. David Andrews, our guest. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Congratulations go out to Needham High School's Doug Copso, who has been selected as our high school coach of the week. The Rockets won their second home game of the season in defeating Lincoln Sudbury in an old school smash mouth type of game. Presenting the award is Pro Football Hall of Famer Andre Tippett.
Congratulations to you guys. It looks like you guys are on your way to having a great year, and I'll be watching as I always do, and best of luck to you guys.
The Patriots Foundation will donate $1,000 to the Needham High School football program in the name of Coach Doug Copso.
Rocks on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Rockets. 4, 5, 6. Family.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down and talk with Coach. And Coach, before we get to the first road game of the year, divisional game on the road here against the Jets, first 2 weeks, I don't want to say they're the same game, but similarities. Slow starts, cleaned up some things, eventually had the ball in your hand with a chance to win. Is there something to take away from that, the fight in your team scrambling to get back in those games?
Yeah, competitive effort, but in the end, not enough. And, in this league, it's 60 minutes, so plays at the beginning counts the same as the ones at the end. And, we just gotta do a better job.
Turn on the Jets tape. What do you see? Obviously, no Aaron Rodgers. There was a lot of talk in the offseason, obviously, with Aaron going there, but sort of the same team from a year ago, a lot of the same guys in the same spots?
Yeah, well, really good defensively, very disruptive group. They can rush, they can stop the run, they can cover, pursue well. Offensively, they have some explosive players.
Yeah.
Wilson, Hall, we'll start with those two guys, but, plenty other weapons as well. So, young team that's growing, and they've gotten a little bit better each year, and they're very good defensively. And we got a big, good returner.
Yeah, we've talked before about Zach Wilson, his ability to extend some plays downfield, but firsthand, you've had the experience. I remember back in '99, briefly when I was with the Jets before I got released, Vinny goes down first game in '99. Tom goes down 2008.
you're the head coach in 2008. And I think human nature is, boom, your season goes up in a puff of smoke. You guys end up winning 11 games that year. How do you keep the team, upbeat and when it happens that early in the season?
Yeah, well, unfortunately in football, when you have an injury, it's an opportunity for somebody else. And, when guys are ready to take advantage of that opportunity, then that's their time to shine.
Yeah. Breece Hall, you didn't see him on the field last year. What dimension does he bring to their offense?
Yeah, very explosive runner, good vision, good balance, strong, get through the hole quickly, and, has good acceleration and, has capability for explosive plays.
I think you're a pretty good expert on cover corner. Sauce Gardner, how good is he and how much do you need to pay attention to where he is when you guys line up on offense?
Right. He's usually not that hard to find, but he's a hard guy to throw against. I mean, he's over 6'2", has long arms, and transitions well. It's good at the line of scrimmage. But he can pretty much match up against anybody. He can cover tight ends, covers receivers, and is a very, very effective player. And will tackle. It's a good run force player.
All right, time now for the Ace Ticket Twitter question of the week, and it comes from @TonyB1095. Said he loved the scheme and the thought process of the Brennan Schooler block. What's the genesis of that play as you guys sit there and prep for that? Is it seeing something on tape, an indicator?
Yeah. I mean, I think the special team coaches did a good job of, coming up with something that would time up, and just felt like Schooler was able to get a little bit better start with the running start as opposed to coming out of a 3-point stance. So timed up well, and he executed it well, and so it was a big play.
Think you affected the kicker on the next one? Feels like
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, good stuff. If you want to ask the coach a question, you have to follow the team on Twitter @Patriots, hashtag it AskBB. I'm sure we're going to take a look at their defense. They get after you a little bit.
You bet.
All right. Hold tight. We'll have the Belestrator for you right after this, but more Patriots All Access next.
Coming up on All Access.
We look back at one of the most memorable Patriots-Jets games ever. But first, a conversation with Patriots Hall of Famer Rodney Harrison.
If you can't finish, then, you can't consider us the best team.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. By Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar, Gillette's ultimate shaving experience. And by Dan O'Brien Auto. Come in to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan, keeping it awesome.
When you're driving in here, Rodney, what goes through your mind?
Just so many great memories, just the opportunity to be able to come out here and play, and Coach Bill and Robert Kraft giving me the opportunity to come out here and really just be part of something special, and all the great players that I played with, but also, just riding over here with Tony Dungy. It brought up some great memories of us just kicking the coach's butt.
Fires to the end zone, intercepted in the end zone by Rodney Harrison.
Just bonding together as a team, and just all those hard practices in the rain, in the snow. And just it gave me a greater appreciation for everything that we've accomplished, because it's very difficult to do.
We're Super Bowl champions again!
I waited 10 years for this. It's unbelievable. Best feeling in the world. This is what football is about. Winning the Super Bowl. Nobody believed us. We did.
Here at Gillette, Rodney, is there something special that you remember that takes a cake of the ultimate memory that you might have
I
here?
think just, I don't know, I don't remember the exact game, but just when Coach Belichick, I think it was, what was it, AFC Championship game, when he gave me a big hug and said, "I'm glad we got you here."
We got you. We got you.
Thank you for believing in me.
You bet. You know it. We got one more now.
Yes, sir.
That was a very special moment, because all I ever wanted to do was make him proud of me, and let him know that the decision that he made bringing me here, that wasn't a bad decision. And he gave me an opportunity when so many around the league kind of frowned upon Rodney Harrison. He believed in me. He gave me a bunch of freedom where I can go out there and just play and express myself. And I just couldn't love a coach more than I got love for Coach Belichick.
Best team that you were on, The 04 team or the 07 team?
I would say the 04 team because we finished.
Wait, direct snap to McNabb. Back to throw. Looks, fires left. Intercepted. Rodney Harrison at the 20. He falls down, and that is it. The Patriots are going to be Super Bowl champions again. Rodney Harrison. Third postseason interception for Rodney Harrison. And the Patriots have done it again. Back to back. 3 out of 4. There's a whole lot of hugging going on.
If you can't finish, then, you can't consider us the best team. To be able to win back-to-back championships is something that hasn't been done in over 20 years. Mahomes has tried to do it. They can't do it. Brady tried to do it. He couldn't do it with Tampa. It's very difficult to do. And I'm just, like I said, this is my moment, opportunity to say thank you to all the fans that have supported me, that have been here for me, cheered for me, raised me up, lifted me up when I got injured, encouraged me, and have prayed for me. So I thank these fans. I thank you guys for this opportunity.
For the full Rodney Harrison conversation and more episodes of Pats from the Past, visit Patriots.com, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to All Access presented by Geico. It might be the best time of the year. Football season has started, and that means coming to games, rooting for your team, and tailgating. We want to remind you of one of our continuing series, Tales from the Tailgate, presented by Bud Light. We want to feature your tailgate in a future segment. Here's some examples from last year and this past Sunday to whet your appetite.
Food tastes better in the parking lot.
Last year, we introduced you to 6 interesting Patriots fans through the lens of their tailgates.
So then I came up with a brainstorm to try and make this rig to actually do a traditional lobster bake.
It looks done. Should be good.
The family and friends that we have here, it's amazing. We got to support our Patriots, and that's what we do here.
I found a 1977 Dodge Royal Monaco station wagon that is now my tailgating vehicle. I lovingly call her the Beast. You want to start. Come on.
Tailgating and in my classroom, I'll put something down and I'm like, where did I put it? Where did I put it?
My goal each year is to attend every single Patriots game, home and away.
At an away game, you can walk randomly, see a Pats fan, give them a high five, and just keep walking and not even say anything.
And Tales from the Tailgate is back again this year.
Hi, my name is Jay Patel, and here we are doing the tailgate, and this is all my team.
We do this typically, the dance is done in Western India. So that's where it originated from. It brings good luck to the Patriots every year.
Hey, it's a bunch of good men getting together for a great time.
I've been tailgating, since I was a kid, but now I'm in charge. I'm 40 years old, so it's been a while. A lot of my friends golf. I don't golf. I'd actually just rather wait for September and tailgate.
If you have a tailgate story we should feature, go to patriots.com/tailgate and submit your story. With a trip to Jersey on tap Sunday, this 1985 playoff game might be the most memorable game against the Jets of all time.
The first stop was the Meadowlands for the rubber match with the favored Jets. Keyed by the cool performance of Tony Eason, the Patriots played a near-perfect game. The first touchdown came courtesy of an all-out blitz, while place kicker Tony Franklin tied a playoff record with 4 field goals. But turnovers turned the tide. New England caused 4, including one where number 52, Johnny Rembert, stripped the ball, then scrambled into the end zone to put the game on ice. The historical victory was the Patriots' first postseason win since the old AFL.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for the Belestrator. 4 quick looks at their defense, Coach. And I know the middle pressure, edge pressure, they get after you.
Yeah, they sure do. And, this is a play with, you talk about middle pressure. This is a play that the Jets sack Buffalo on. It's really just a power rush here. And again, these guys are big, strong guys. This is Franklin Myers up here at the top. And you can see he just powers the tackle back. The ball's on the 30-yard line. Right there's the line of scrimmage right there. And he just powers the tackle back to the 38, 39-yard line here, and it just wraps up, Allen. That shows you how strong he is to be able to handle the tackle and at the same time.
Linebackers are
take
back.
Allen down.
Yeah, linebackers are back. They're telling you, hey, we're just coming at you with 4.
Yeah. And the linebackers, we'll get to that in a minute, but this is again. Then and you can see the whole line of scrimmage is already back to the 35-yard line, and then they just walk it back another couple yards, and It's not all exotic pass rush moves. Yeah. A lot of it's just good strength. Basic power, strength, leverage, and pad level. This is this is an interesting play here. This really turns out to be a little bit more of a coverage sack, but here's a play action. This is one of the play actions that Buffalo likes to use. So they swing the back all the way across, and you see Allen look back here, and he's looking for this in cut on the backside. So the back's going to fake and come out here, and the receiver's going to come inside there. And this is Mosley. You can see it's almost like Mosley was in a huddle on this one. So he, takes a quick look at the play action and then just beelines it right there for that in cut and takes that away. So off play action pass, this is, Mosley's about 15 yards deep here. And so you see Allen, takes a look at it and sees Mosley running right to it and then, pulls the ball down and, ends up getting sacked here. So it really is a good coverage sack here. It's a really good play by Mosley. These are the kind of plays that Mosley makes that really, are tough on the offense.
A lot of experience, almost like that old Brewski play for you guys.
Yes.
Dupia, yeah. All right, moving on here.
Yeah. So this is, as you mentioned, there's some pressure here. This is Carter coming off the edge, and Johnson, number 11, coming inside on the stun here with Williams. So this is Williams, and inside, and then Carter outside. So these guys are tough to block as it is, and then when you get some movement and force switches and communication here, then this is Johnson just coming around, and again, these really physical, strong guys up front here for the Jets. We know tackling Allen's not the easiest thing, and Johnson does a nice job of wrapping them up there.
All right, last one right here.
Yeah, and of course the running game, Williams. Obviously, you got to be careful with him. This guy's, an outstanding player. He's, big guy, good quickness, good leverage. Comes right through here and, makes a play in the backfield. So the Jets did a good job of this. The win over Buffalo was to get some plays on first down that were negative plays, like this tackle for a loss here for 5 yards on Cook. And now it's 2nd and 15, 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, create those long yardage situations. And as you mentioned, linebackers are deep. It's really these front guys that penetrate and can wreck the game. And so
takes one of those plays, and then MetLife, they get the music cranking, gets loud down there.
Oh yeah,
we know what we're doing. All right, good luck on the road, Coach.
Okay.
Go get them.
Thanks, Al.
All right, there you go. There's your Belestrator. More Patriots All Access will return right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the New England Patriots, and by Putnam Investments. Putnam Investments and the Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access, everyone. I'm Bob's Discomfortures Studios, back with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. Health-wise, where is this team health-wise, especially in the secondary?
Yeah, I think there's some problems back there. On the flip side, I think the offensive line is probably getting close to the 5 guys that maybe you would have penciled in. We'll see, the situations with concussions. You don't want to sort of read too much into those, but the secondary is a concern. You're still without Jack Jones. Jonathan Jones, missed the game against Miami. You lose Marcus Jones. Not a lot of depth there, Mike.
No, and I'll go back to cornerback, that when we're talking about what we're going up against with the Jets, Garrett Wilson, outstanding number 1 receiver for the Jets. Jonathan Jones, I think, has a chance to be back for this game. I think they thought he might be able to play against the Dolphins, and they sort of went cautious and said, not quite there, let's go to next week. So I think that would really help him. And Christian Gonzalez, I've been pretty impressed with him through the first 2 games. Start. So Jones, Gonzalez, Marcus Jones, though, to me that looked tough.
Okay, before the season started, I thought the Jets were going to be a problem because of Aaron Rodgers. Now they don't have Aaron Rodgers. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but they should win this football game.
Yeah, I certainly feel a lot better about it with Zach Wilson at quarterback than I did with Aaron Rodgers. And there's still a lot to be concerned about with New York. I think they play defense as well as anybody in the league. And when they get that place going, if they're competitive in this game, we know what kind of an environment that can be. Now, unfortunately for the Jets, that works the other way. When they fall behind, that crowd is a problem. But that opening night, Monday night game, Mike, that crowd had an impact on Buffalo.
At ESPN, Lee Corso, the great college football analyst, has a saying, "Not so fast, my friend." Steve says it should be a cakewalk. I look at it this way, Steve. Jets defensive line, maybe the best in the NFL. From what you've seen from the Patriots offensive line to this point, like that matchup has to concern you if you believe football is won up front at the line of scrimmage. Paul, you mentioned they're going to get some linemen back, right? And I think that's great. But they're still working their way back. Right. Like, this is what you should be doing in the preseason. Mikey, shows up.
Mikey, it's still Zach Wilson. It's still Zach Wilson.
Yes.
Bill Belichick has a way of getting in Zach Wilson's head. Correct?
Well, I don't think it's just Bill Belichick. I think pretty much all the coaches in the NFL have been in Zach Wilson's head. But, here's the thing with him. I mean, there is ability there.
Yeah.
But he continues to make the same kind of mistakes. The Patriots coaches, Mike would call them error repeaters, right?
Yes.
And you can't have that as a quarterback.
He's rolling to his right, and he's trying to extend plays, and he's recklessly throwing the ball on the sideline so someone can pick it off in a different color uniform. Think Devin McCourty from a year ago. So both of these teams, Steve, I think are going to go to this game. If we can just protect the football and not turn it over, we will have a chance to win.
And to your point earlier in the show, Steve, step back, step forward. Defensively, there were some concerns that I thought showed up the other night against the Dolphins that I didn't have after the first game against the Eagles. So I know they've been in Zach Wilson's head, but to me, I'm almost like with this defense, can they tackle better than they did against the Dolphins? And I mean, it could be the type of thing where one bad play decides the game, which we saw the other night against the Dolphins.
All right, so let me ask you, who's the more desperate football team? The only reason I ask that, and it seems like a no-brainer, right? The Patriots are 0-2, but the Jets have lost 14 straight. To New England.
Yeah.
So who's more desperate?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good case to be made on both sides. I look at the Patriots. You can't fall down 0-3 and then be facing a road trip to Dallas where you'd be staring at 0-4. So this is, both teams are really desperate. You can't afford to fall under 500 too far away. You lose track. But you're right. It's a hornet's nest that you're going into. And you know that the Jets are going to be talking about the fact that they haven't won a game since, the Obama administration, against the Patriots. A lot of desperation to go around, Mike.
Yeah, and I put it more on the Patriots side just for the simple expectations of once you lost Rodgers, I think the Jets sort of know, look, the expectation, at least externally, has been lowered as to how far you can go. To me, so you lose to the Patriots, that's sort of what was supposed to happen. Whereas if you're the Patriots and you lose to the Jets and you go down 0-3, to me that's desperation to me, Steve.
All that being said, prediction time.
This is about as bad as I felt about our prediction. I think the Patriots will win the game. Because of your thing. I'm going to be with you, Steve. You and I are going out for beers after this one because
I don't even
think
drink.
It's Zach Wilson.
Right.
I just think that he's going to give them a couple of opportunities, and that's going to be a big play for the Patriots that they might make on defense. 17-13 New England.
I am literally in flip a coin territory.
Come on, Mike.
Steve, I am very concerned for the Patriots football team, specifically against that defensive line. I could easily pick the Jets. But I am not going to do that, Steve. I'm going to give the Patriots one more chance. Because if you check the record, I'm 0-2 this year.
I got it.
Just like the team.
Yeah, but you don't want to not pick them this week and be 0-3.
I really want to pick what I think is going to happen.
Right.
And I think this is literally a flip of the coin. I'm going to say they're going to find a way 16-13.
I agree with both of you guys. They will find a way. They will find a way. Great job as usual, guys. That'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody.